Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a massive update on Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Apparently, some footage has been shown. We are getting the trailer very, very soon. There's a whole bunch of information here, genuinely. So, Warner Brothers has dropped the first Dune footage with reactions now being released online. Now, the kind of subtitle to all of that is basically, it's going to blow people away. Okay, it's being compared to Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, which I guess if you're going to compare it to anything, a blend of those two would kind of make sense, obviously with much more mature themes. So yeah, that I can believe. Now, Warner Brothers recently screened footage for select individuals and Twitter users. Okay, now the science fiction author Brian Clement took to social media to offer their reaction. So this is legitimate, it's true. And now Brian Clement, his reaction was overwhelmingly positive. And it's also speculated, as said anyway, that the Dune trailer will be released soon, because if we think about this, the film gets released in November. So we do 6 months from there. It's going to be dropping kind of soon, especially if they have allowed people to reveal their thoughts on what they saw. You've got to remember, with a lot of these properties and the screenings that have occurred, they're under lock and key. They are under an NDA. Now, the Dune News fan account tweeted the following. There's been some promo footage of Denis Villeneuve's Dune shown to people already. Here's a bunch of details on what they've seen. So again, there's not really any spoilers here, by the way, so don't worry. But they said that the cast look phenomenal in their costumes. The sets are enormous. And again, for anyone that's thinking this is all PR spin, this is from Denis Villeneuve. The Dune News fan account stated that the sets are enormous with the same scope of Blade Runner 2049 on arrival, which makes sense. It's the same director. So yeah, it's going to. Now, there is a mix of grimy realism and dreamlike imagery. Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides looks excellent. Rebecca Ferguson apparently looks eerie. And Dave Bautista looks like a monster as the Beast, as he should. And the cinematography is said to look excellent, which, yeah, of course it would. This is the same man who did Blade Runner 2049 and Arrival. Denis Villeneuve is an excellent cinematographer. So yes, the cinematography would be fantastic. Now, to go on to say exactly what Brian Clement stated about Dune over on Twitter, Clement describes the cinematography as beautiful and further describes the footage as a mix of grimy realism mixed with dreamy imagery. So again, very, very similar reaction. Now also, they state that the Dune footage also included a small look at Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho, Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Harkonnen, Dave Bautista as the Beast. He said to look creepy. Everything's looking super, super creepy, super realistic, super grimy. There seems to be a lot of the kind of repeat comments coming through. Now, to quote Brian Clement directly, he said, "I'm in the office now with one of my fellow sci-fi nerd fan friends, and we're talking about how my Dune tweet blew up and how it's killing us that we can't share the specifics we saw in the preview footage. I really didn't realise just how secret the whole Dune production has been until that tweet about seeing some footage completely blew up. Now I've been introduced to a super passionate Dune fanbase going bonkers for any info. I'm just a guy in Canada working in the industry. As a follow-up, I'll read my opinion on new Dune based only on the footage I saw. Since people are curious, I think this will blow people away. The way Lord of the Rings did 20 years ago. The way Star Wars did 40 years ago. It's not Jodorowsky's or Lynch, but maybe Villeneuve has filmed the unfilmable. Apparently, I'm now privy to a bunch of secret info from the new Dune. I had no idea it was that secret. There's no way they can keep a lid on it for long though. I'm not exaggerating when I say a lot of people will have goosebumps, tears when they see this movie. I might. Heck, when they see the footage, I saw they will." Something else I'll mention, I'll read the Dune footage we were shown. There were wide shots of a group of people I at first thought were members of the Spacing Guild, but then Raban was among them, so I think they were Harkonnens, because they all had similar costumes and makeup. Now, look, there you go. Okay, that's a quick rundown of all of the comments. The film is getting released November 20th, 2020. Obviously, we've got Oscar Isaacs, we've got Josh Brolin, Zendaya, David Dasmalchian, Stephen Henderson, Charlotte Rampling, Javier Bardem, and Chang Chen. There are so many people in this film. It sounds utterly amazing. The synopsis was, again, really, really, really good. A mythic and emotionally charged hero's journey. Dune tells the story of Paul Atreides, a brilliant and gifted young man born into a great destiny beyond his understanding. Now, there's obviously a little bit more there, but anyone who knows anything about Dune will know what the synopsis is. I love the sound of this. I think this just sounds fantastic. Again, people that kind of complain that Dune gets compared to Star Wars and things like this. Look, a good cross-section, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, blend the two. You genuinely do have something Dune-esque. Add in and pepper in through it a little bit more mature themes. Again, you have Dune. And yes, Star Wars was based off of a lot of the Dune novels, or at least inspired some of it, etc. And yes, Star Wars came later, and all of this good stuff we know, but Dune could be what Star Wars fans have been looking for out of the current or new sequel trilogy that Disney have been making. Why not? Why can't Warner Brothers come in with this fantasy, pseudo space epic? With more mature themes, less of the Mary Sue poorly fleshed out characters, and give us something that we have been waiting for. Star Wars fans have been waiting for. Why not? I think it absolutely has the potential to do that, and I think with the right execution, it will utterly clear up at the box office. Now, Denis Villeneuve is a fantastic director, someone who I personally, anytime a movie with him is announced, it has my ears pricked up. I really, really cannot wait to see what he's done. Blade Runner 2049, despite essentially being a box office flop, because it was, monetarily wise, it was a groundbreaking, staggering achievement. And Arrival as well. Arrival was just, again, a brilliant film. It was really, really, really well made. So Denis Villeneuve, I think, is absolutely the man for the job. I think the fact that they are going for this full tilt, yeah, love it. Now, it's really, really important to note that this movie is said to be the first half of a book. So this does need to do well for them to continue it. But I have faith that they will be wrapping this up in a way that if, and it's not really a big if, because it definitely has the potential to flop as well, if this doesn't do very well, then at least we're left with a complete story. Which, yes, it would be a huge shame. But again, this is Warner Brothers. Now, the other benefit of it being Warner Brothers is if it does flop, okay, Warner Brothers is owned by HBO, or at least HBO is part of it. They have all the money in the world. They have similar money to Disney in terms of what they can put into productions. HBO, Game of Thrones, need I say more? So this definitely has the potential to be put to series, which was, again, rumoured or at least confirmed to be part of what they were doing as well with the Sisterhood. It was going to be a feminine-based series in the Dune universe, which Denis Villeneuve was set to be a showrunner on. So if this does flop, the only saving grace is the fact that, yes, HBO has HBO money, and they could put this to series. But anyway, what did you think of all of this? This massive rundown of all this information. Does it fill you with joy? Do you care about this? Are you looking forward to it? Are you one of those people that are a Star Wars fan estranged from Star Wars? Do you think this could fill up your fandom gap? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do let me know down below in the comment section. I'm going to take this moment just to ask really, really kindly, if you enjoyed this video, please do remember to drop a like and please do share it. Really does help the channel out a lot more than you know, and it's really, really important to do that because I do think that YouTube has blocked me off from reaching my subscribers currently, which is quite frustrating. A lot of you are not getting notified. A lot of you don't get my videos in your subscription box because apparently YouTube sucks. So yeah, sorry about that little begging moment, but if you enjoy the channel, then help a brother out. Thank you so much though, guys. As always, I have been Mr. H. Take care.